Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day. Without fail, have been for 4 years. To take your political questions out of the chat, just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we've got a fantastic community here because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, whatever works for you. So hello. I'm glad you guys like the side panels. Oh, they were quite pretty. But anyway, I'm glad you like it. All right, so boy, have we got questions today. Oh boy. Oh, I'm already partway through my mug of tea, just enjoying the meltdown. After all the stress and grief these people have given us for years, just watching their popularity just finally tank, watching the numbers tank. Anyway, okay. So, let's start at 1:45. See, that's the thing. The worst thing you can, of all the things that a narcissist fears, being laughed at makes them angry and what have you. But it's when you've got the receipts. It's when you've got the receipts and they can't get away with their gaslighting. They'll try. I mean, when Mary Trump called out Donald after he just started making stuff up, he just shrugged. He did that on, was it Colbert? No, Tonight Show, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but he was there and they called him on one of his lies and he just kept on going. Anyway, so Team Trump has been going after Walz for what happened in Ferguson. How dare he? Team Harris released previously unheard audio where Trump discussed Walz after the Floyd marches and called Walz an excellent man and that he'd handled the situation perfectly. Trump also forgot that radical Walz was apparently centrist enough to serve a 2-year term on the Council of Governors during the Trump administration. The general question is, how is Trump going to try to tap dance out of this one? I think it's just the usual. Hey, Kristen from Uncover the News. Is it really National Cat Day and I missed it? The one day I did not use a cat overlay? Oh my gosh. Amy, thank you so much. Thank you. My Ginsu kitty spreading with cat treats all around. Is it because of the little murder mittens? Ginsu. The knives. That's hysterical. Oh, that's hysterical. And thank you. All right. All right, Dumpy. How are you gonna tap dance your way out of this one? Not well. Oh no. Oh nay. They're both Harris and Walz and their teams are younger, smarter, nicer, more popular, and they have the receipts. and they know how to use technology to find said receipts. You keep coming for them, it's not gonna go well for you. So he's just trying to throw out anything he can think of. If he's just belligerent, people cave. See, that's the thing. Well, all those years it wasn't growing up, it was as an adult. What he had was more, he had enough money that he could hold out in court longer than other people. That's it. And that's how he got away with so much. Because people would sue him, and he would just be able to drag it out and risk these people ending up in poverty so that they had to back down. And that's what he's done. He's had this image of being wealthy, so he was able to yell people down and all this kind of heinousness. And he just thinks he'll just do it again because it's his knee-jerk reaction. But these are not cards. These are not cards of the fleet of foot. These are not the I can tap dance beautifully. This is just small desperate. This is just small desperation. And we keep getting these cards. We keep getting this information. Things are going to change. There's something coming. I don't know if it's the sentencing, Trump sentencing, or what it is, but there's trouble coming for Trump, and I'm all for it. So, as long as nobody gets hurt, not even him, I don't want anybody getting hurt. We just want justice. That's it. Plain old courtroom, evidence, lawyers, fair trial, justice. That's it. Anyway, he's not going to be able to tap dance his way out of this one. He's just losing. They're just. It's not going well. So, okay. At 7:30, Steve had a question. I heard this. I heard this jerk say this. Makes me crazy. Walz retired from the National Guard after serving for 24 years. 24 years. Thank you. Holy buckets. Thank you. Talk about service. He was trained in heavy artillery. And he did a lot of work with floods, helping with flooding and fires and all kinds of heinousness that befalls the world. So anyway, Walz retired from the Guard after serving for 24 years, so he could start his political career in 2005 at the age of 41. Okay. During his service, he went to Italy to help with Operation Enduring Freedom. Okay. J.D. Vance was a Marine for 4 years. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for serving. Absolutely. Thank you for serving. And he was deployed in Iraq once for 6 months. That amazes me because, like, when I worked at the airport, there were a bunch of Marines and ex-Marines, what have you, who worked at the airport, who fueled planes and all this kind of stuff. And wow, if you manage to get through all of that with just 1 6-month deployment, you got lucky. So, all right, neither man saw combat on the front lines. Okay, you can still do your part. That's good. Vance, J.D. Vance, is now claiming that Walz's service is insignificant and, quote, I'm not making this up, stolen valor, unquote. Vance, do you still have your dress uniform and all that? Yeah, because you just spit on it. 24 years. 24 years. Wasn't a Marine, doesn't matter. That's ridiculous. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. It helps. And thank you for stopping me from just going completely ape on this guy, because what? My father was in the Navy. He was on the USS Saratoga. So what? His service didn't matter? You should be ashamed of yourself, J.D. Vance. Or whatever your name is. I mean, I don't care about the name thing so much. It's just, you should be ashamed of yourself. Stolen valor. And your running mate has bone spurs? Is that what the deal is? Stolen valor. Considering Vance's running mate is a draft dodger, will this bite him in the rear? Yeah. It's a shame Becca's not here. I'll bet Becca from House of Lenormand, I bet Becca would have some thoughts on this. Considering she was in the Navy and still does civilian work for the Navy. So, yeah. Heather Formosa says, Walz suffered hearing loss from the artillery and had to have surgery. Oh, bless. Bless. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about crowd sizes here in a minute. Yeah. Nobody cares. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we're reading on later. When Vance was standing there talking about stolen valor, cameras were really close in on him because there were literally about 40 people there. 40. And a bunch of them were camera crew. 40. Mm-hmm. He's on the defensive. He knows he's in trouble. Knight of Cups. And that is, okay, the couch story probably isn't true, but it has gained traction. One, because it's just so bizarre, but it's gained traction because this man Vance seems like he's capable of doing sinking to any low point, doing absolutely anything, because he has no moral core. None. Zero. And someone like Walz, that is your knight in shining armor on a white steed. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Magician. Going up against the Page of Swords. And that's Vance's job now. But here's the thing. This keeps coming up. He's hemmed in. Vance, something is coming that hems in Vance. Like if, I don't know, if something happens where Trump is, I can dream that he'll be sentenced, but he's hemmed in. That's what I keep getting. So we're going, before we get to some of the interesting rally questions, let us first take a brief side foray to answer a couple of questions that you brought. The first here at 1530 being from Alexa Gibson. 1530. It appears that in order for Donald Trump to continue his lifestyle, as it is dependent. It appears in order for Donald Trump to continue his lifestyle, it is dependent on him winning the election. Yes, but it's not looking good. Also, yes. Yeah. Is he going to have a severe mental breakdown? Pamela Theens, is it Theen? 23-year Navy veteran here. Vance is a joke. Walz is awesome. Pamela, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. 23 years. Bless you. Thank you. Whew. All right, I did not get the moon card, which would be the howling at the moon. This is, I don't know if it's kind of subtle, but it just looks a little more chaotic. Dust and moon dust, and this is more chaotic, whereas this is more just a gentle light, a hopeful, gentle light. So I was kind of expecting the moon card if he was really going to go completely doolally, but everything's to make money. Talk about somebody who has no moral core. Mortal core. Everybody around him's trying to make money. Some change is coming. There's MAGA. There are the cult members. And the Fool. Something here that will happen that will say, if you are still MAGA, you are a fool. And the whole world will see it. Major arcana, all of this. It doesn't seem possible, but I just keep picking up on it. Burnett Smith, and which fool would that be? Anyone who's MAGA? So, yeesh. All right. Has anybody heard about this? Because apparently it's in half an hour. Both Lisa, and Kathy Lampson. Apparently, Dumpy's going to be addressing the nation in half an hour. He will address the nation. Is he going to do it outside of Mar-a-Lago, where he's in a major flight path? And as he's sitting there, king of the world, orange Fuhrer, he gets drowned out off and on from the planes going by low. Kristen says, question, why is Trump holding a general news conference at 2 p.m. today at Mar-a-Lago, Eastern Time, to drop out of the race, to dump J.D. Vance, or to whine? Well, here, between Lisa and Kathy Lampson, according to Raw Story, Trump has not been seen in public since last Friday. What's going on? My knee-jerk reaction was to get my hopes up that Trump was going to either dump Vance or drop out of the race. But after reflection, is he just going to be selling a new product line? Perhaps plastic Trump ears or ear-shaped sneakers? Plastic Trump ears. It's like Spock, but stupid. That's all I can guess. Linda H is trying to get attention back on him. Marie Ashley's about to drop a Bitcoin. There already is one. At least there was. There was a Trump crypto, whatever, Bitcoin-y thing. It was worth 5 cents. This is a couple years ago, but that's what I remember. You idiot. And if anybody who's into the heavy, a more spiritual aspect of like things like tarot, you might be thinking, well, if you're so dismissive and you're so dismissive of Trump and you dislike him so much, how can you read on him? And the answer is, when I read on anybody, basically this is my belief. Everybody has guides. I wish we all had better communication with them. I wish we all had better communication with the divine, but we are where we are. Whoever I read on, my energy is kind of invading their space, which is why I don't read on children. I don't read on minors. I don't read on people who've just passed. I don't read on the worst. I don't read on serial killers, that kind of thing. But certainly if you're in public life, you've put yourself out there and we're giving you power. So fair game for, let's just check on that energy. There's a reason I was telling you that, and it just went straight out of my head. I was working all morning. I'll just go on with the reading then. It'll probably come to me. So why is he addressing the nation? Oh, that's what I was trying to say. If I read on somebody personally, not to convince anybody else, personally, I think whoever it is, their guides know I mean no harm. If I'm anywhere near Trump's energy, I'm not trying to mess with it. I'm just keeping a little protective wall up. Yeah. But they know I don't go in and try to wreck things. Something's not going well for him. I wonder what that is. Maybe his businesses, or that's voting. That's a voter. This Empress card right now is coming up for me. This has become, it's not even the America card. It's the Kamala Harris card quite often now. And the voting is not looking good because this is women voting, her popularity, his rallies are pathetic. More celebrations of Democrats, happy women. And there's his MAGA faithful. So it's a combination of things. One, Trump knows he's starting to lose in the polls. Okay. We don't always trust the polls, but okay, that's what he's seeing. So he has to get the attention back. He needs money. So they're just practical aspects of that. Because as far as him dropping out, I don't see it. I don't. I haven't seen it in the cards. And logically, I believe he'll never drop out because it's his only way of staying out of prison. The other issue with him, let's face it, he's being bested by a woman, and a woman of color at that. Sucks to be racist, doesn't it, Dumpy? And misogynistic, and all right. Okay, now this, all right, this made me a little crazy. Because I don't think this should ever have been allowed to happen. I don't know what the heck the Secret Service is doing, what security around these people is doing, but what the heck. Yesterday, this is from Sharon Rice, thank you. Yesterday, both Harris and Vance were in Wisconsin. At one point, both of their planes were on the same tarmac. Okay, I saw that Kamala Harris, she had gotten off, they got off, and they were like shaking hands with these young kids and stuff. And in the distance, you saw the Trump plane. And I think somebody like put on like Jaws music as the Trump plane pulled in the distance, which was pretty good. That was pretty good. Thank you, Naylor. Naylor Vicky. Naylor Vicky. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, so dun dun dum dum dun 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 dun. All right. Vance, J.D. Vance, decided he'd have some fun and force an interaction with Harris. He made his way onto Air Force Two under the guise of checking out his future plane. First of all, it's not your plane. Even if you became vice president, it's not your plane. And you've been smoking whatever Peter Thiel's been putting out, if you think it is. Secondly, where was security? When I was talking to Sarah about this, and she said, the first thing you'd have to do is sweep the plane for bugs. Well, how did he get on that aircraft? I realized the security was out here and they were keeping people away, but how did he get onto her aircraft? And then he was it did not go well. For one, Harris wasn't even on board, so Vance ended up awkwardly guided off with his tail between his legs. Jason Smith says, I did not see him get on the plane. Okay, I hope not. Elflower wants to say he didn't get on the plane. Oh, well, he got close enough. I mean, he got close. But no. So, Beth A., that's really the question. And that's a question here. Was he trying to intimidate her? Was there something else he was planning? Okay, Chris Cole says he didn't get on it. I saw the whole thing. Okay, good. Good, thank you. I'm glad I was wrong. Seriously. But what was he planning something, or was he thought he'd intimidate her? He thought he'd needle her? He'd try to demoralize her? He saw the plane coming in. His ship coming in. But it's not your ship. I'm also getting an incredibly rude word along with this card that I'm not going to repeat, but let's just say he didn't have decent intentions. He was going to make it was going to be a big, they were going to be talking about it on the news, and the right-wing press was going to run with it, and wasn't that going to be great? She wasn't there. She was actually doing her job, not playing games. He wanted to communicate. He wanted to get it on camera. He wanted all of that. Him sitting pretty. And he got shooed away by security. Yeah, he wanted the publicity. And yeah, if he could have turned it into something of making her look bad, it's not going well for him. It's really not. At Malting's Cottage, he wanted to look tough. Yeah. Malting's Cottage says he wanted to look, though. Oh, yeah. He wanted the interaction. He wanted something to happen that would grab news headlines. He wanted to see something or intimidate her or be tough. Visualize 70. So this is Donald Trump's new apprentice. Interesting. I think that's a good word for what this is. That was gross. Oh, Kelly, absolutely. Not of course, not all white males are like that. Of course. Look at Walz, but those who believe they have this, Kavanaugh and others of his ilk. So, yeah. Okay. Joanne Cotton says, I didn't see him get on the plane either. He walked over and was talking to the press. Okay. Well, good, because they should not have let him on that plane. I'm glad they didn't. Good. Man. Kathy Lamson says polls today have Trump down by 8 points. It's why the presser today. M. Packard, frat boy mentality all day long. All day long. Man. Okay. All right. In that case, at 32:20, my mistake, 30,000 people lined up for miles to see Harris and Walz in Wisconsin. That morning, Vance spoke to a crowd of less than 40 when he gave his stolen valor speech. Which, I mean, was in theory, you could say, well, it was a press conference more than a rally, but 40? Really? Really? Sorry, did we miss the part where he had a rally after that with 10,000 people? Did I miss that? Trump is losing his mind about the vastness of crowd size and how his crowds are better. Do I still have that particular meme that I made? One just quick look. I just want to go back one folder here. I save things by the month with all of the graphics that I make for for Black and Orange. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. So Dumpy's losing his mind about size, huh? Well, his is better. Really? The question here was this is this going to break him, basically? But yeah. Whew. Yes, Holly, Francis, been a minute. The Trumple Thin-Skin's little feelings have been hurt. Yes, his widow feelings. Crowd size, Dumpy. Did anyone, were any of you, do you remember watching Farscape? Just wondering. Democrats filling the bleachers. Sorry, filling the balcony. That's what I'm looking for. Filling the balconies. Loved Farscape. Okay, then you will understand when I say about Trump freaking out about crowd size, food cube. To the emperor, what's his name, little Muppet guy. Anyway, Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. His victory, his great victory. Yeah, it's just a bunch of people trying to stir the pot. And what this is leaning toward in November for him is crickets. Look, it's not like there aren't any Republicans. You know, no Republicans are going to be voted into office anywhere. Oh, heck no. No. There will. We know how gerrymandered things are. We know there are red states. We know. But it's going to be crickets for him. Yes, it's going to be crickets. Crickets. Are you okay? Where are you? Whoa. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Will it play? You okay? All right. Sorry, this is just taking me a second. Hi. How are you? You doing okay? Hello, boo-boo. Where was I? I was right there. Don't drink my tea. Turn this up. Does this thing work at all? No, I guess not. Huh. All right. Well, I'll have to find out what happened to my sound effects thing, because I had a sound effect for crickets. But it seems, I don't know, something went wrong. All right. Kara, this is, here he comes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're precious. Oh, it wasn't Beaker on Farscape. It was the emperor, the very rude emperor. You're so good. Yes, you are. I don't know if you can hear him purring. Your moment of zen. Okay, I need to do readings. Yes. You gonna go up here? Oh, he's a good boy. Here, try that. There you go. All right. So, oh, thank you, Rose Blue. Check your registration. They're purging females. They know we're mad as heck. Yes. And thank you, Rose Blue. All right, what else we got? What else do we got here? At 39. Oh, gosh, Gorsuch. Ick. Kristen from Uncover the News at 39:15. You need to relax, sweetheart. You make a terrible window. 39:15. Justice Neil Gorsuch warns Biden. Was this Gorsuch? Yeah, I guess it was. Warns, sweetie, relax. Warns Biden to be careful with Supreme Court reforms. Or what? What does he mean by that? Sweetie, just lie down. Lie down, lie down, lie down, lie down. All right, Gorsuch, what exactly? He'd better be careful. Oh, that man. The stolen seat. Is that the Supreme Court version of stolen valor? Please relax. Please relax. Please relax. Gorsuch, what did you mean? Whew. I like that old sober. He thinks he's special. Mm-hmm. Julie Wisconsin says, didn't he just give Biden unlimited powers? Bernadette Smith says, he's got presidential immunity. What does he need to worry about? Exactly. You better hope he's careful, because you just gave him a ton of power and he's got the backing of vast swaths of the country. So yeah, what I'm picking up is they are flipping out about, they don't think Trump's going to win. They're very, very worried. They're like, Trump's not going to win. He's not going to win. Very worried. And some of them we know they're faithful to the far right as much as it serves them. But this is just Trump. He's not an emperor, just a guy. And this would be, some of them might have to leave. Not that they couldn't get a job somewhere else. Not to mention their pensions and all this other stuff and healthcare, that there are a lot of kids in this country who could use that healthcare. Thanks. He's just worried and arrogant. The arrogant is a stench. The arrogance is a stench coming off these guys. Yeah. Hold on says, well, duh, they backed the wrong idea of what this country is all about. Exactly. Yep. Gorsuch is just vile. That whole group of them. Ick. So Bernadette Smith was wondering at 4310, will Biden be able to make some changes to the Supreme Court before he leaves office in January? You know, just make a couple of changes. Heidi, the I Like Beer was actually Kavanaugh. Yeah, there's a group of them. They're just so vile. And yeah, I totally understand if you can't tell them apart. Of course, it's Kavanaugh. You know, it's just all of them. Alito. They're just nasty. Oh, dear. So will Biden be able to do something? Well, not while he would wait. If he did anything, he's going to wait until after the election. He's not going to do anything to blow up the election. Brett Meiselas from Kristen from Uncover the News is saying that Brett Meiselas from Midas Touch, Vance hasn't posted all day. His visit to North Carolina was canceled due to weather. Have not heard anything from him since yesterday. Very odd. Four of Cups. Yeah, to say that we're disappointed that we are, they're refusing. Let's say they're refusing the liberal ideas. That's a nice way to exist. It's a card of refusal. Far-right communication. Lot of gold. A lot of gold votes here. Someone in red having to walk away. This is a card of retirement. It can be Mar-a-Lago, or it could be both. But this is my vacation retirement card, and this is voters. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do something. I think he might just leave it for Kamala Harris. Not, well, do something, but not like, whoa. I'm not getting him like adding justices. I mean, there are 9 justices because there were 9 areas across the country that they had jurisdiction over, they were in charge of, or looked over, or whatever. Now there are 13 districts, areas, whatever you call it. So 13 justices. Why not? Thief card. Yeah, taking women's rights, which is why women are going to vote. Yeah, the patriarchy, the raking in the money for the institution. I don't see him. I'm getting these guys continuing to be awful for a while. That's what I'm getting. Amy Collins says, now we have 13 districts, 12 plus DC. Thank you. Oh, Fensenberger, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like Alexa Gibson says, maybe JD Vance is stepping down. Lord, I know we don't talk often. No, seriously, isn't Dumpy's big brouhaha supposed to be starting right now? Anybody hears something, let me know. I don't really want to pull it up. Much rather just read on your questions. You bring good questions. So at 4740, will Vice President Harris be able to pass Supreme Court reform amendments in both the in both houses of Congress and the government? Would amendments would take the states to get involved. Changing the laws, that could work. Yes, because the corruption is epic. Epic corruption. Hi. No, if you back up a little bit, I can cover you up. I know. Well, if you just back up a little bit. Here we go. There we go. There. Page of Pentacles. King of Swords. 10 of Swords. Magician. Knight of Cups. Supreme Court reform. Well, we've got to. We need better numbers, and we need control of both houses. And these judges, who are just people, having to live up to the same ethical standards as other government employees. Magician. We have a right. We're special. We're our own branch of government. We're special. And this is, but this is Democrats going after them. Democrats aren't going to walk away from this. But we have to vote. We have to vote. Everybody who can legally vote, we've got to vote. So. All right. So, is anybody watching the Trump thing? Oh, he's late? Oh, thank you, Donna. He's late for his media blitz. Okay, so at 5010 from Barb. Is it Mervold? Meyervold? 5010. So, will there be a peaceful transfer of power? It's so sad that this is a real question. Will there be a peaceful transfer of power? Biden says he's not confident there will be if Trump loses. Oh, there will. There will be a peaceful transfer of power. If they think that they're going to pull another Jan 6th, no, security is all over that. All over that. Crisco says, no, we're watching you. Thank you. Joanne Cotton says, I'd rather watch Elmer Fudd give a speech. Electrostorm, when Trump loses, not if. Exactly. Winnie Boo says Johnson will try to stop the certification. Oh, Kristen says JV just posted. Okay. Thank you. Peaceful transfer of power. I don't have any reason to not believe. Okay, look. Right in the center of this, I've got Democrats celebrating. Right in the center. For the reading, that's a loss. First card, howling at the moon. Upset. Suspension. Happy Democrats. This related to the Five of Swords related to Seven of Swords, adding insult to injury. And a magician trying to conjure up something. But right center of all of this, I've got happy Democrats. So, okay. Oh, right. And Joanne Cotton specifically wants me to ask about, will Democrats take the House and the Senate this election cycle? With this awesome ticket, Harris Walz. Yes. And all this enthusiasm. Can you read if Democrats will take the House and Senate this election? Yes, please. Yes, please. Julie says, I love that Happy Democrats card. So do I. All right, House, Senate. Democrats. Senate. Senate. Or for the reading. Well, we know on the right they're going to try all kinds of stupidity. House, Senate. Well, for the Senate, there's just some weirdness going on. I thought we were supposed. Back before, I thought that we were supposed to just flat out lose the Senate. That we had a good chance of winning the House, but the Senate was a don't even hope for that. They're going to try state by state to knock anybody out that they can. Yeah, the Senate, it's weird. I've got a death card, I've got the sun card, and I've got the retirement card. Perhaps I lack imagination because I'm not quite sure what that would mean. Who would retire? Who would retire? Retire? Jeez. Oh, Mrs. I'm talking now. Thank you. We're going to retake the House. The Democrats going to control the House. Knight of Cups. With the momentum from the Harris Walz ticket, could make serious inroads. Their partnership is a big deal. But I've got this judge here. And the original cards I pulled had this waiting for the ship to come in. And this is the far right, waiting for the ship to come in. They're a victory and a Queen of Wands. So this might be trying to pull some shenanigans. Not necessarily violence like there was before, but but I'm definitely getting the Harris Walz ticket, just creating this huge momentum, getting people out voting blue all the way down. By the way, if you're one of those people who, which I doubt you are because this is a very blue channel, but if you're one of those people who splits your ticket every time, the only way to get the two sides to work together is to have both Democrats and Republicans know maybe 80 years ago, 70 years ago, 50 years ago. Well, no, that was Nixon. But not now. Blue, 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 vote blue all the way down. Please. Betty Cantrell says he's just whining. Okay. Lisa Arnold said nothing new. T-Tenny says Trump is... Oh, no. T-Tenny says Trump craves attention. Yes. Veronica Johannes, border czar. Yeah. Alexa Gibson says Trump is talking about Walz. Betty Cantrell is calling America bad names. Oh, and he's warmongering. Yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, they do. I get that on the right, they do have something planned, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be ready for them. I mean, first of all, they telegraph what they're going to do ahead of time. And on the other hand, we're not going to be caught unawares again. We know what they're going to try to do. So the question is, will Democrats be able to stop them? Republicans don't have enough. Higher wisdom, decency, partnership, right in the middle. Tower. They're going to try, but they're right there. Okay. And let's have a quick look at 5850. Lady Eva's been asking about the UK. This is just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Actually, 59 minutes. Can you please read on the goings on in the UK? Will things get better here? Will Labour find a positive way to contend with the chaos? Well, yeah. There's some... Is it my understanding? Would it be too much to say there's some race riots going on? Or is that going too far in the description of it? Oh, right now I've got insult to injury. Fletcher Storms, it is race riots. Okay. Bernard Smith says, I think that's what I read. Okay. Thank you. Right in the center, adding insult to injury. That's not nice. Immigration. Never forget when baseball was the biggest thing in the United States, the biggest sport, huge, massive. And Joe DiMaggio was the guy. The guy. He was still being undermined by people calling him a spaghetti eater. Disgusting Italians. Funny, there's always a group that they are demonizing, that the right is demonizing. It just changes. It changes. But there always has to be a villain. Not a person. Not something concrete. Just their type. Pathetic. Pathetic, pathetic, pathetic. Strength. Hope. And these guys show up. I ultimately, what it feels like is this is going to have the opposite. Ultimately, this will have the opposite effect from what the rioters want. But I wish I was getting more that these guys would end up in super big trouble. But they said, well, now I want some spaghetti. I know, right? So, okay, but the UK. Oh, Laura Wagner, don't forget the no Irish need apply. The Irish. I just... grievance, stupidity, blame the other. I mean, there is economic uncertainty, but there will be this is very much judgment coming down on these idiots. So I think things will get better, but I wish I could say absolutely they're just going to crush the stupidity and anyway. All right. Pamela says, I love the Irish, especially those named Biden. That was good. That was good. Anne said, no shoes, no shirt, no dogs, no Irish. The signs on the door. No, ridiculous. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. And that's going to do it for me for today. But I'll be right back here tomorrow. I always am. We're going to go through more of the news together. And it is 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Sarah. You're always welcome to bring your projects. We focus for 25 minutes at a time. And then we just let our brains recover for 5 minutes between. Encourage each other, making progress. It's good stuff. And other than that, I will see you right back here tomorrow. You're not alone. Please remember you're not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There are. All right. Hang in there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. All right. Bye.